well, in a lot of ways, it seems like a very fitting way for the season to end, honestly. Just with the amount of amazing juju that we had last year, it was basically turned upside down this year, and a lot of it was our own doing. But yeah, there was just so many shoulda, coulda, wouldas this year when it came down to it, and how many opportunities we had on a game 3 of a series to go win a series, and we finally did it today. Thought we showed up and played a pretty damn good game today when we needed it. But it's kind of I don't know, it's an empty feeling because you feel like you finally got over the hump and did what you needed to do on Championship Saturday, and something that's totally out of your control, doesn't allow you to continue your season. So it's a hard lesson to learn, but it's also one it's been a very consistent message since our coaching staff's been here, especially that the things you can't control, you better forget about them, and you better be very focused on today. So yeah, it was a tough. Good to win a series, but tough to find out the way that our season ended.
What do you know about the Maryland-Purdue thing that they did?
I know nothing. I know nothing about it except that it sounded like the rain didn't get there until after the game was supposed to start. So,
did you know before the game ended that your guys' fate had sort of been sealed there, or when did you find that?
I had a pretty good idea that as the game went on, that. It's just a different feeling. Last year I got tapped on the shoulder saying it's Championship Sunday, literally, and today it was kind of like, well, it doesn't look like the Purdue game's going to happen. So, I just...
What'd you tell the guys out here?
Well, just learn a hard lesson. I mean, it's the hardest lesson, and how you win in college baseball a lot of times just comes down to depth and mindset, and how many times that we had leads middle, late innings and didn't finish them off. How many times we had a chance to go win a series on Sunday, never grabbed the momentum for the next week. And again, those are things that we've got to get corrected as coaches, from a depth standpoint. We had some things go sideways in terms of some guys being down, but that's why we got to build depth. We got to make sure that there's guys ready to step up. So I'm glad, with all the stuff that happened with this team, we never fractured. We never just completely gave in to the situation. Stayed in the fight, but ultimately, some of the games that we shoulda, coulda, woulda came back to bite us like really severely.
What aspect of how the team played this year didn't go the way that it looked like it would preseason the most?
Well, I think we came into it thinking we're going to have to win a lot of 5 to 4 games. The season looks a lot different if you can do that. I mean, you start to get confidence, and when you have a young offense, maybe if you can start winning some of those games where you only score 4 runs, then you start to feel better about yourself. And as the kind of the bad stuff started piling on in terms of guys just going down left and right and not having them for the rest of the year, the bullpen guys. We had some guys step up, but it just wasn't enough. It wasn't, enough that way. So, yeah, the offense, and, we saw flashes. We saw some brilliant individual performances at times, but just never were able to really kind of just capture that team approach, team mindset part of it that is, again, in college baseball, that's so important. It's that team mindset.
When you kind of go through a season like this, how does that maybe affect you as a coach, or what kind of lessons do you take from a year like this?
Well, if you're not evolving, you're dying anyway, whether you're winning or losing, so you've always got to take a hard look at how things are going. I mean, this is the first losing season in 20-plus college baseball seasons I've ever, So it's you just got to, like I said, we got to evaluate from a roster management standpoint what's supposed to look like, and from a recruiting standpoint, from a coaching standpoint, all of it. I have zero. There's not a single ounce of me that has taken a step back in terms of the belief I have in what it takes to win. Like zero. Like there's not a single ounce of me that goes, oh well, maybe that's not the case. No, I know what it looks like. I know what it's supposed to look like. And too many times this year, we just weren't able to get that from this team.
What's kind of the next steps here in the next couple of weeks, next month?
Well, we get an early start on summer ball. We'll have individual meetings. We'll send guys off to play, and we'll get on the road recruiting.
Thanks.
Thank you.